Well, that was a look at Force of Nature, and this here is a look at the Cambridge Butterfly Conservatory. I'm joined now by Kipling Campbell. And Kipling, what do you have for us on the show today?
Well, we just want to welcome you to the Cambridge Butterfly Conservatory, and we've got all sorts of great stuff. We got, obviously, butterflies. Now, it's a little early right now. They're just waking up like a lot of people out there. But also we've got some insects to show you. We've got the biggest katydid in the world. We've got some spider and scorpion, or things that are in that spider-scorpion family. Okay. We've got some birds, some bees, all sorts of great stuff to see.
All right, so some stuff to get us interactive, creepy, crawly stuff. That's all coming up here. The butterflies, Emily and Tom, just so you know, it's a little bit too early for them. They're still sleeping, so we're going to work on waking them up. But for now, inside to you guys.
I've always said butterflies are very, very intelligent, and they are. Yes, they're sleeping in. Good for them.
Very good Monday morning to you. We are getting into some interesting stuff here at the Cambridge Conservatory, joined by Kipling. And Kipling, this is the emergence room. What is going on here? I'm going to step over so we can have a good look at it.
So you see all the butterflies here. This is just exactly what it's called. This is the emergence window. The butterflies are emerging from their chrysalises. So you can see a new one that just came out. And when they come out, their wings are really tiny, and they're kind of like wet noodles, and they have to stretch them out and then dry them off. And so they'll hang here until their wings are dry enough to fly off. And that can take anywhere from 2 to 8 hours, depending on the type of butterfly. But yeah, so all the butterflies in the conservatory originally started from right here in this window. Very
cool. And what is the average lifespan of a butterfly? Here's a good shot of one here.
Yeah, so once they come out as an adult, they're about 2 to 3 weeks on average for a lifespan. There is one exception. We've got one little butterfly called a postman that can eat a special pollen in here, and that will live for 3 to 6 months as well. But most of them are pretty short. All
right, great stuff here on the Weather Network at the Cambridge Butterfly Conservatory. This here, guys, is a king shoemaker butterfly.
Beautiful.
2 to 3 weeks, eh? That's it.
It's not very long, is it?
No.
No.
It's kind of sad.
Especially for something so pretty.
Yeah.
It's not fair. We should change that.
I agree.
Yeah.
And another edition of Force of Nature that will be up in less than 10 minutes. Rachel Schoutsen here with you. Temperatures across southern Ontario, they vary a little bit this morning. 14 degrees in Kitchener, 20 in Toronto. And what we're talking about also varies this morning. We're here at the Cambridge Butterfly Conservatory. Kipling joining me with some butterflies and Chicho.
Yeah, there's our green cheek conure. He's kind of our mascot here. He's been living here for a few years. He's 6 years old now.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And Chicho's a little scared of me. I was holding him off camera. He kept flying away. That's why I'm not getting too interactive with him. But let's talk about getting married here at the conservatory. That is a unique characteristic.
It is. It's a great place to get married. Most people get married just underneath where the waterfall is here. And then at the end of the ceremony, the bride gets to open a box and all these butterflies fly out.
Well, that is definitely romantic. Tom and Emily, what do you think about that?
I think that is a great idea. Absolutely. So.
Well, lots of active weather there in Force of Nature, but here in Cambridge, Ontario, well, things are pretty calm. I'll get into where I am in a second, but as for our temperature story, we're going to be feeling pretty comfortable. 14 degrees in Kitchener, 20 to start off the day in Toronto. But now, let me introduce you to Kipling and these. We're not calling them scorpions. What are they called?
So these are called whip scorpions. So they look like scorpions. This one, its tail, instead of having a stinger and venom, it can shoot vinegar out of it. So we call it a vinegaroon. And this one is a whip spider, and those two long things that look like whips there are actually legs, and that's what they use instead of having antenna.
All right, and why do we keep the humidity up so high in here?
Well, the humidity has to be up pretty high for the butterflies. When you get too low, under 65, 60%, then the butterfly's life expectancy shortens.
Okay, so hot and humid here in Cambridge this morning.
That's why we live so long. We like it hot and humid.
I suppose.
And we can't fly.
No, but I wish we could.
I wish we could.
That'd be awesome. I don't think I would hold one of those creepy crawly things.
They're lovely, aren't they?
No,
so many people get freaked out by spiders and things like that.
I don't like bugs.
Yeah, well,
I don't like them.
They're going to hopefully start recovering. But we've got a nice sort of observational hive here where you can see they're storing some nectar to make into honey, and they're working at laying some eggs and making some more baby bees in there. So.
All right, sounds good. And I was just checking out the queen earlier, but you have to stay with us here at the Weather Network because the Weather Network turns Fear Factor. That's coming up next as we eat some of these cheese-flavored larvae.
can't even.
I was hungry.
comment.
I was hungry up till a minute ago. I was thinking about the exhibition and waffles and things like that.
That's my thing, right? I eat all the weird food with the eggs.
That's right. You may be going down and checking it out this week.
Totally. I mean, I've eaten anything from deep fried butter to Nutella French fries to the Epic Burger to the Cronut, and I survived the tail.
But never a cheese flavored.
Not in a million. Not in a million. Would
They
I
might
eat
be
that.
very crunchy. Anyway, okay.
They're still alive. You'd feel them in your mouth. No way. I would eat like 5 Cronut burgers before I eat one of those.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Anyways, we do.
Well, I've been having quite the morning here at the Cambridge Butterfly Conservatory. Temperatures across southern Ontario, 18 to 22 degrees. A great way to start off the morning. And, well, this might not be the greatest way to start off my morning. This is what a live beetle larva looks like.
Yes. That's the beetle larva. This one here, this is the adult, so that's what they turn into. Okay. And this is actually a great way to start off your morning because eating beetle larva is really healthy for you.
Okay, so I'm a little bit nervous to do this, I have to say. So they're freeze-dried and they're covered in cheese. So here we go. Emily, I'll tell you, the whole packet is only 9 calories. Pretty great way. So, okay. Not too bad. Not too bad.
High in iron, high in minerals, really healthy for you. Great way to start off the morning.
All right, Tom, I'm sending some back for you.
Breakfast. Breakfast of champions, that is. 8 calories. Gee, that's pretty good. Thank you. Send some back. I wouldn't mind. I forget it. Let's go and have a look right and see how we're doing out in the highways. Let's go.
Well, it really is a gorgeous start to the week. Temperatures across southern Ontario, they're about 18 to 22 degrees right now. And Kipling, you've also been making my morning great here at the Cambridge Butterfly Conservatory. Now we're on to the topic of rearing kits.
Yes. So we've all heard that the monarch butterflies aren't doing as well as they used to. So one way that we try to help them out here is we have rearing kits that people can take home. And the rearing kits, you get a couple caterpillars like this. You get a few chrysalises as well. And then you get a big net and some milkweed plant, and you can raise your own. And after they turn into adult butterflies, we've got some tags here that you can put on the bottom of the butterfly's wings and let them go, and they fly south to Mexico.
Wow, that's very great. So it's an interesting project for you, and you're also helping the environment.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Now, if you like what we've been doing here at the Cambridge Butterfly Conservatory, all you have to do is tell them on Facebook, tell them on Twitter that you saw them on the Weather Network, and you could win 2 free passes. Now, if you were joining us earlier, you saw that I ate the cheese-covered larva. And Kipling, I have to say, you had to offer me the larva and not the Twix.
Well, the Twix isn't healthy for you, whereas the bugs really are.
And I have to say, I'm still alive, still standing.
Brand new breakfast cereal, Larva Bites. Okay.
Well, I'm so glad you could join us. We only have good news this morning here on the Weather Network because it is a great start to the work week. Temperatures between 18 and 22 degrees across southern Ontario. And I've been spending the morning with Kipling here at the Cambridge Butterfly Conservatory. And why is milkweed so important?
Well, milkweed's great for the monarch butterflies. They need it to lay their eggs and for the caterpillars. And on top of that, it's a great plant for nectar, for butterflies, not just monarchs, anything, but also for bees and that. So another great way that anybody can help out all of our monarchs and all the other insects is by planting what we call a pollinator garden. And that's native flowers that have great nectaring. So again, we have plants that you can plant as well.
Awesome. Thank you, Kipling. And a beautiful way to spruce up your garden. If you head to theweathernetwork.com, our web writer, Cheryl Santamaria, wrote a whole feature on why milkweed is so great for the butterflies.
Very cool. Thanks so much, Rachel. That's our guest. Rachel Schoutsen joins us in Burlington. And Rachel, some beautiful creatures this morning.
Yes, beautiful creatures here at the Cambridge Butterfly Conservatory. I now want to talk about Rosie. Quickly, Cambridge, what's Rosie?
So Rosie is a rose-haired Chilean tarantula. And she's a girl, and as a girl, she gets to live for about 20 years.
Oh, wow.
If she was a boy, she'd only live maybe 2 to 3 years.
All right, very interesting. Now, this morning we've been showing you the butterflies, the insects, and if you like what you see here at the Cambridge Butterfly Conservatory, tell them on Facebook, tell them on Twitter that you watch them on the Weather Network, and you could win 2 free passes.
Very cool. I know it is pretty hot and sticky where Rachel Schoutsen's in. She is in the Butterfly Conservatory in Cambridge. How's it going, Rachel?
Oh, it's going great today, Emily. And yes, we were inside the sort of foresty jungle earlier, but now we're outside because there's a lot more than just butterflies to check out here, isn't there, Kipling?
There are. We've got all sorts of great things. We also have some bees that are right beside us
Let's
here.
take a look at that.
So these are our honeybees, and as a lot of us know that they are struggling right now, they're sort of being hit by a combination of something called Verona mites and a pesticide in the neonicotinoid families. And hopefully, as more and more cities and towns get cosmetic pesticide bans, you'll see the bee populations coming back. But right now, ours in here are doing quite healthy. They're going off, and you can see they're making some honey up at the top there. And down in the middle is where they lay some more eggs for some more baby bees.
All right. Interesting facts here on the Weather Network. And Emily, I want to let you know this. During March break here at the conservatory, they have a bug feast, eating bugs. I think we should send Kevin Yard.
I agree. I'm 100% behind that. Rachel Schoutsen's having a great time this morning. Rachel, what are you up to?
Well, Emily, it's the moment you and I have all been waiting for. We are going to be sampling some bugs here at the Cambridge Conservatory, but Kipling first. So this is the live version.
Yes, that is the larva of a beetle.
Okay.
And they're really healthy for you. They're really high in minerals and iron and protein, and that they're great.
Okay.
But live, they're not as tasty. Okay. However, we do have some.
Oh, okay, 3, 2. There we go. Maybe it's going to be the new kale of 2014, Emily. What do you think?
The new trendy food? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if you can get me to it. The fact that it's covered in cheese, maybe. And if you like bugs and butterflies, let's head to Rachel Schoutsen. She's in Cambridge this morning. Rachel, what's going on?
You know what, Emily? It has been a great day here today at the Cambridge Butterfly Conservatory, joined by Kipling. And Kipling, why should people come here this year?
Well, it's beautiful, it's warm, it's tropical. We have over 2,000 butterflies that are flying around. Plus, you get to hold some really neat insects, which you got to experience today.
Yes, exactly. And Chico the bird is here. Now, if you've been following us this morning, you like what we're bringing you. All you have to do is tell the Butterfly Conservatory on Facebook or on Twitter that you saw them on the Weather Network, and you could win 2 free passes.
Very cool. Thanks, Rachel.
Well, Emily, it's the moment you and I have all been waiting for. We are going to be sampling some bugs here at the Cambridge Conservatory, but Kipling first. So this is the live version.
Yes, that is the larva of a beetle.
Okay.
And they're really healthy for you. They're really high in minerals and iron and protein, and that they're great.
Okay.
But live, they're not as tasty.
Okay.
However, we do have some pre-cooked here.
Cheese-covered ones. All right, here we go. I'm nervous. I can't even pick one up. There we go. Okay, 3, 2. There we go. Maybe it's going to be the new kale of 2014, Emily. What do you think?
The new trendy food? Oh, I don't know.
In a moment, let's go to the Butterfly Conservatory with Rachel.
Well, we are into more of these bugs here at the Cambridge Butterfly Conservatory. Kipling, this is a millipede, and how many legs approximately do these have?
Well, these guys are millipedes right now. I'm guessing about 150 to 200, but the trick with them, the older they get and the more they shed their skin, the more legs they grow.
Okay, so the more creepier they get, the older they get. Now, how long could they live?
They live anywhere from about 6 to 10 years out in the wild. And as every year they're growing, they're shedding their skin, getting a few more body segments, which means they get more legs.
Alrighty. We'll bring you more here from the Cambridge Butterfly Conservatory.
Sounds great. Thank you very much, Rachel. Today, so still a nice, humid day. It might feel a little bit like being in a butterfly conservatory. Here's Rachel.
Rachel Schoutsen here with you at the Cambridge Butterfly Conservatory, joined by Kipling and by who's this?
This is Chicho.
Woo, Chicho.
Bye, Chicho.
You know what? He doesn't really like TV. He's been doing that throughout the day today. But you know what? Let's talk about the Cambridge Butterfly Conservatory. What are some things that people can check out here?
Well, you can definitely see Chicho. He hangs out in here. This is his home. But we got lots of butterflies to see. We have over like 40 species of different butterflies here. We've got lots of different bugs. We've got some millipedes. We've got some things that are in the scorpion spider family. And then we have actually our own live beehive as well that people can actually see the bees at work, which is really cool.
All right, very cool. So a great spot you can check out in Cambridge. And I got to say, the climate in here, it feels like I'm on vacation.
First, though, let's go toward Cambridge and meet up with Rachel.
Well, I feel like I'm on vacation, but I'm only in Cambridge, joined now by Kipling Campbell at the Cambridge Butterfly Conservatory. And you can do a lot more than just view some butterflies here. What is going on now?
Well, you're meeting some of our really friendly bugs. So over here on this shoulder, this is our giant long-legged katydid, biggest katydid in the world. And this one here is in a stick bug family, and this one is a Malaysian jungle nymph.
Alrighty, so a lot to do here at the Cambridge Butterfly Conservatory.
Nice. That's quite a fashion accessory you've got there, Rachel.
Today on the morning show, if you missed it, we talked about Supermoon 2014. Largest moon we've had so far this year. Some really great pictures and videos sent in. And we talked about this. In Saskatchewan, it looks like tornado damage, but it wasn't. Straight line winds, 140 kilometers an hour. And Rachel Schoutsen decided to, well, have a little bit of breakfast at the conservatory in Cambridge.
Cheese covered ones. All right, here we go. I'm nervous. I can't even pick one up. There we go. Okay, 3, 2. There we go. Maybe it's going to be the new kale of 2014, Emily. What do you think?
Make sure you join us again tomorrow morning, 5:30 to 9.